Dr. Richard Day was National Medical Director of Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood now claims to be a birth control, population control organization, but it was created by the House of Rockefeller, who sent eugenicists to Germany to work with the Nazi eugenicists in time of Hitler and the Nazis in Germany. The Rockefeller family have a long history of funding eugenics. Planned Parenthood started out as a eugenics organization and then took on another public image. Dr. Richard Day was a Rockefeller insider. He was also a professor of pediatrics at the Mount Sinai Medical School in New York. One doctor in the audience in Pittsburgh in 1969, Lawrence Dunnigan, he was a pediatrician, he did take notes. And before he died in 2004, he did a series of radio interviews in which he described what Dr. Richard Day had said in 1969. We're talking 1969. First of all, he said that there was a world system coming, a world system of centralization of power and control in the world. He also revealed a plan to cull and control the population through medicine, food, new laboratory-made diseases, and the suppression of the cure for cancer. If you want to cull the population, you want to make them sick to bring that about. And also you want to stop access to things that would stop them being sick. And this is why we've had this monopoly virtually on so-called healthcare by the pharmaceutical cartel, which is controlled by this cabal that I'm talking about, just as the biotech cartel is, just as the banking system is, and the governments are. Again and again, we've seen diseases come out and so-called viruses where it's like come out of nowhere. Well, where is this? And again, if you do the research, you go back to government laboratories. They said to this group, we can cure almost every cancer right now in 1969. Information is on file in the Rockefeller Institute if it is ever decided that it should be released. They said that letting people die of cancer would slow down population growth, and charmingly, you may as well die of cancer as something else. 1997, I had this invitation to meet a CIA scientist, and he invited me through a third party to his home because he wanted to tell me what was going on, and he had no way of getting that into the public arena. So I went to meet him. Lovely fellow in America, and he was with his family, and we were chatting. He told me that he had got cancer, and the CIA wanted him to continue his covert work for them, pushing this agenda in the scientific realm. They didn't want him to die. So they gave him a serum, he called it serum, that was his word, and almost in no time, cancer gone. And this is suppressed because they don't want people being cured of cancer. And when you look at some of the most famous and obvious members of this cabal, the British royal family, Father George Bush, David Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, what do they all have in common? They live incredibly long lives because they are treated in a different way to the rest of the population. One of the key things to that is they have the cure for cancer, and they're not letting the population